my God, you guys. So I have good. First of all, Lotus Squad, welcome back to LotusTV 444, and hold the hell up. I'm going to give everybody some time to get in here because look at how crystal clear this picture is. We did it, y'all. We did it. So I'm going to give everybody some time to get into the room because today's message is very clear. The envy is real, but baby, best believe, so is the glow up. So while we give everybody some time, guys, be sure to hit that like button. Show your love and support for the Lotus Squad. Welcome, A-Maurice. I haven't seen you in here before. Let's give everybody a moment to join. Hit that like button. And for now, let's jam. This is amazing. Y'all, let me know in the chat how clear the picture is for y'all, because it's clear to me. I'm freaking out. Yes! I'm excited. Time to start shuffling. Yes! I'm so glad, right? We moving up, y'all. She said, I got that 1080p going. That's right. Gods and goddesses, what message do you have for the collective? Give me a Celtic cross, please. Yes. Y'all better get ready. Hey, I almost forgot the chorus for this. I'm illuminated every single day, boy. I'm just giving everybody a little time so they can just chill and listen to my little rhymes. Everybody, we need to hit the like button because some people are fucking messing up. You need to hit the like button. Show the love for the Lotus Squad. Hey, show some love for the Lotus Squad. Hey, show some love for the Lotus Squad. Hi, Renee. What's up, y'all? Right? Everything's so clear now, y'all. Like for the video though. Look how crisp and clean. Oh, I love it. Hey, James. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Yo, hold up. I'm illuminated every single day. Hey. Best believe I ain't the one you bitches wanna try and play. Hey. I'm illuminated every single day. Hey. Best believe I ain't the one you bitches wanna try and play. Here we go. Okay. Hold up. Moving up, looking up, level up. Yes. Right? Y'all get ready. Here we go. Yo. All right. So, yo, can we just have a moment of silence for this crystal clear visual? Yo, this is what manifestation looks like. And I know some people that may come across the playback, they'll probably look at this like, okay, you know, you got your little 1080p. We was wondering when you were going to catch up. But I finally caught up. We're getting there, you guys, right? This is the first step into many more steps forward into 2K20. And I really feel like the envy is real right now. And there are a multitude of reasons why I feel this way, you guys. And so everybody in the chat right now, I want y'all to drop a 444 if y'all are ready for this reading, because everything that I'm about to drop, okay, everything that I'm going to drop today will open your eyes and explain so much that you may be dealing with currently, because lately, okay, lately I've been noticing a lot of passive aggressive behavior. Anybody in the chat, you're more than welcome to explain, how that relates to you, but I definitely can relate 1000%. And besides that passive aggressive behavior, there's a lot of rejecting going on. Now, keep in mind, in the last collective, if you guys did not check that out, I suggest you guys go check it out when you guys get the time. It is, I believe it says, the devil is a lie. They're not to be trusted. Rejection is God's protection. And the main point that I'm trying to focus on initially with what we're talking about today is rejection is God's protection. And although it may not seem that way, this could be in the form of, getting rejected for a job, getting rejected, maybe you're rejecting somebody that you may have gone on a date with, or vice versa. Maybe there are some things right now that you may want to get involved with and you may want to do and indulge in, but there are some things that seem to be either at a standstill. And I've been noticing a lot of Mercury retrogrades energies taking effect and slowing things down, if not just making things seem as though they're hitting a brick wall. But here's the good thing about today's date, right? Today is November 20th. This is when Mercury goes direct. And we also have Mars in Scorpio. We'll be talking about that a little bit more as time progresses. But I want to touch more on Mercury going direct right now. And this is a good thing, especially concerning our goals, our projects, focusing on moving forward, removing any blockages and obstacles that we may be going through currently. These things will start to work themselves out as the weeks go by. So of course, with Mercury retrograde coming in, we always have that pre-shadow period and that post-shadow period, which is 2 weeks prior, and then the post is of course 2 weeks after. We may still see a little bit of the effects here and there, but for the most part, we start to see them taper off. And so I see a lot of good things coming towards us because of that. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that this is the last Mercury retrograde for a long, long time. We'll look up the exact amount of years that I saw. I don't want to say anything incorrect, but we won't have to look forward to that, at least in this upcoming year, 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Now, automatically coming out, we have this Prince of Swords, and we've been talking about this guy for a while. Mainly, he's been in the reverse, but now we see him in the upright. So some of us could, have air in our chart or be dealing with an air sign here, where now there's a lot going on at the cerebral level. So there's so much happening where you guys may be receiving quick input of, psychic downloads or subliminal messages. You may even be receiving quick communication from certain people here out of nowhere. It may even come out of left field. I really feel like there's a lot of pain here with this energy. There's someone here that's gone through a lot of pain, has gone through a lot of hardship. They're going through a lot of hardships, actually. And I feel like there are a lot of wounds to heal. And right now, I feel like there's somebody that could be dealing with something coming to an end or a relationship expiring, dealing with a loss of some sort here. And there's a lot of anger being expressed through people's communication. So I see a lot of fatigue. And, you know, it brings me to this energy that I've been noticing lately, right? Have you guys been feeling sluggish, tired? Have you guys been feeling fatigued? Have you guys been feeling frustrated? Have you guys been feeling like, no matter, for me especially, no matter how much sleep I've been getting lately, it's like, dang, you know, I could definitely use a bit more. You know, if it wasn't for all this stuff I got to take care of, I would be sleeping. And it occurred to me that, where is this coming from? Why am I feeling this heaviness, this weight, feeling the sluggishness, and especially the fatigue? And I feel like there's a fog and it's lifting. And while this fog is lifting, and we're dealing with all of these different endings, we're communicating with God, we're communicating with the angels, we are getting in touch with our spirituality, but yet there seems to be a lot of outward input that seems to be very angry. The Chariot is in the challenge position, which speaks volumes. And I even this Queen of Swords reversed at the bottom of the deck here. We're going to talk about this because this right here says a lot to me, where there's a lot happening within the mind. There's a lot happening within communication. There could have been some miscommunication, some misunderstandings. Somebody is getting angry or worked up about this miscommunication. I also feel like we're trying to move forward and we're trying to establish success here, but there seems to be a lot standing in the way. There are a lot of obstacles, and I feel like we're now trying to move past these retrograde energies. So again, that's going back to how we should start to see these energies taper off over time. But for now, some of us may still kind of feel like we're stuck in some way. We're moving forward, and some of us could be moving very quickly with a move here. We're staying focused at the end of the day, keeping our eye on the prize here. But I feel like there's something that it drives us to a brick wall is what I'm saying here. There's a lot that I'm observing with this card, with the Prince of Swords. You know, we already see that he has this time bomb next to him. So he's a ticking time bomb here. We have a crow here. There's a lot of destruction and chaos, excuse me, with this energy, chaos. And I really feel like somebody feels stuck in place. I think now we're keeping to ourselves a lot more inner dialogue. We're not really reaching out to people right now. I feel like somebody could have gone through something catastrophic or something crazy, right? You know, they're living life in the fast lane, doing all this extra stuff. And like I said, with this communication coming in quickly and coming in left field, some of us may be triggered in some way about this, or we may just completely go cold. We're blocking communication. We're not responding. We're not going to be anybody's last resort. We're not going to settle for less. I feel like this is someone that puts themselves in harm's way as well as those around them. and we're moving forward from this energy. But it's almost as though there could be a lot of people trying to get us to turn back around. You know, I don't think that we're being goaded into anything with anybody at this point. We're getting a lot of information from our angels for sure. And we see who we need to stay away from. If anything, we prefer our own company, especially lately. We're focused on manifestation. We're starting to see things come to fruition when it comes to us getting that creative spark again. We're finally able to recover. So if you guys have been feeling sluggish, if you have been feeling as though, you know, your energy is being bogged down, you are weighed down in some way just by dealing with certain people and dealing with their negativity and their darkness and their destructive ways, I feel like now that we're moving past this and we're not letting people stop us from moving forward, we're starting to see things manifest a lot quicker. Some of us may notice when we hang around certain people or when we, you know, speak to certain people, certain things happen in our lives that seem to cause problems, unnecessary problems, that is. But then when we're by ourselves, we see things run smoothly, or at least smoother than they do when we surround ourselves with certain people like this. There's somebody who's very vengeful, and I feel like we could be angry communication from these envious people. Deep down inside, they envy our abilities, our talents, our potential even. And we've discussed a lot lately that right now, more than ever, we're focused on healing. And while we're healing, keeping to ourselves, seeking solace and solitude, we're able to continue to not only raise our frequency, but we're able to rise above the chaos. We're rising above the fray here. And a lot of people seem to want to try and drag us down because they themselves are not only insecure, they're envious. You know, if these are the type of people that if, you know, you have a happy relationship, or if you have a nice car, or if you have a nice job, they don't have these things, they'll do anything in their power to try and take what you have away from you, and all the while trying to emulate you. So if you see a lot of imitators, you know, copycatters, people that, you know, try to dress like you, talk like you, walk like you, act like you. These are the very silent haters that we're coming across here, and they're going to try to cut you down. I feel like there's somebody here that's like a demolition man. So they go around, you know, causing chaos and, you know, ruining people, ruining lives, ruining themselves in the process. And we're just here focused on what we're going to do to better our lives, ourselves, and continue along this journey of the glow up. And there are so many messages coming through that some of us may be seriously having issues with sleeping. Some of us may be having issues with headaches. Some of us may be having issues with, you know, again, fatigue, feeling weighed down. Whatever the case may be, it could have something to do with our actual health. Maybe we need to go get checked out to make sure we're okay. It could have a lot to do with just this energy as a whole, where there's just a lot going back and forth. And, you know, somebody is not thinking clearly, right? They're not being logical, and they're letting the anger and envy get the better of them. And it always seems to wreak havoc in their relationships and in whatever it is that they're pursuing. This is where we're being with the decision, or the choice rather, to move forward or to stay. And we've already made that choice to move forward, but some of us feel like we're not able to move forward fast enough. And we have this Four of Pentacles reversed. We're surrounded by a lot of people that want to have their cake and eat it too. They like to show off. They like to brag. They think that, you know, if they haven't talked to you in over a year, that you'll still be waiting for them, just, you know, waiting hand and foot with open arms for them to come back into your life to wreak havoc once again, knowing damn well that we are aware of what has been going on thus far. We know, we see through all of the BS. We see where somebody is headed in life. Negative people, envious people, you know, if they always have something negative to say about other people and they themselves are not improving, that is a major red flag. And I feel like all of these cards that want to come out here, it's interesting because as this chunk flew out, we're not going to pause with all of this because this is too much, but we're going to look at the core, right? Root of the matter is that here we have the High Priestess. People don't know where we're going. They don't know where we're headed, and they're trying to figure it out. Some people could be getting extremely frustrated about the fact that they can't figure you out. They can't figure out where you're going. And now karma is here. Intuitively, we're picking up on all of these things here. I mean, take a look. Let's take a look at this first. So the High Priestess alone, you know, this is a beautiful card. I wish you guys could see it in better detail. But here we have the High Priestess. There we go. Bam. And this says a lot. Look, Mother Nature. We're getting back out in Mother Nature. We're going near water to, you know, regain balance, regain inner balance here. We're keeping to ourselves. We're not divulging a lot of sensitive information here. We're not, you know, telling our business to everybody here. We're focused on our creativity. You know, we're healing from any betrayal from our past here. We're healing from any bitterness, or, you know, we have already left behind any relationships where people seem to want to always try and one up you. And they're putting us in a competition that we didn't sign up for. These are signs that there are a lot of envious people around us. And right now, I feel like they see that we have a lot to celebrate. So if we have been tapping into our creativity, if we have been reaching out and establishing new connections with new people, and, you know, just again, regaining inner balance and outer balance, we start to exude this glow. The glow up is real. And the envy is also very real. Because we may have once felt defeated, but now we are moving past that feeling, that sense of defeatist type thinking. We're removing the defeatist attitude. We realize that what people do to us is a lot more about them than it is about us. It says a lot more about them than it does about us. And all of the conflict that we've removed ourselves from, knowing that, you know, if we continue to hang around certain family members, even, you know, that always have something negative to say, always have some sort of, you know, criticism that's not constructive in any way, you know, now we're releasing this. Somebody's trying to hold on to us for dear life, or they're holding on to their idea of us for dear life. But we've already moved forward. Some of us could be dealing with a Cancer here. And I feel like right now, if we really have been feeling bogged down, we realize that we need to get more rest, because again, you know how there's certain people in our lives that only bring out the stress in us and not the best in us? Well, this is where silence is golden comes in. This is where the High Priestess comes in. We have the abilities necessary to identify the esoteric, which is the unseen, the hidden. We have wisdom here. Of the unseen. We know that there are a lot of people around us that we don't need to be sharing certain things with at all. Because now that we're embracing this karmic shift here, we are really getting down to the nitty-gritty when it comes down to generational curses, even where we're working through and healing our core, removing any of these attachments that, have been passed down from generation to generation. And we realize that there are some people in our family, especially as well, that don't want to change, or they're just stuck in that vicious cycle. And here we have this King of Swords coming out, right? So here we are, this is crowning us. We're being logical in our dealings with those around us. We're no longer getting too immersed in our emotions. If there's somebody coming at us, sideways, right? We deal with it diplomatically. We're not letting people get our goat. We're not reacting emotionally as some people may be, especially with these angry people here. We're firm in our decisions, and we decide once and for all who we need to cut off, who we need to walk away from, and who we need to speak our truth to. Some of us are reaching out, looking for new homes, new jobs, especially for those of us that are really focused on making many different moves in our lives. We are wanting to change the scenery. And right now, there could be somebody impulsively coming at us sideways about wanting to make these moves in life, because it forces them to look at themselves and see that they have continuously chosen to do less and be less than what they could be. And when they see us achieving our goals and striving for our dreams and reaching the stars here, that's where the issues start to come in. That's where people start to become a lot more childish in their tactics, because they realize that what used to work doesn't work anymore. Look at this. Abundance is coming our way, especially for those of us that have been dealing with the dry spell here, feeling like we're not able to see our way out of a financial slump here. We're able to find the assistance that we need. We are able to maintain a positive attitude to find solutions to problems. And we also are making necessary decisions to remove people that only have problems and they never bring solutions. See, we're looking for reciprocity in our relationships. We're looking for a mutual effort, mutual energy and time put into whatever it is that you're putting into and working on. Queen of Pentacles here says it all. As we're tending to our own garden, we realize that we have an abundance of gifts, talents, and abundance in general in life. And we have to be careful who we share our wealth with, because then we realize as well that we end up attracting certain people that are just looking for a come up. And that alone says it all. All these walls that people are putting up, all the defensive people, they always have to, try and correct you or try and, challenge you, even though there's really no reason for them to challenge you on what it is that you guys are discussing. And, all of this pushback that we're getting here from all these people, or even outer circumstances, external influences, even where we're just feeling like everything could be going against what it is that we're trying to do. We're putting those wands down once and for all, because we realize that, once again, going back to that anchor tied to our ankles, we realize a lot of people, places, and things that we have been holding on to have done nothing but hold us back. And we realize the more we continue to tend to our garden here, the more our vision will start to flourish, the more we will be able to manifest into the tangible realm. This alone, I see multiple sevens, and they speak volumes to me, because the reason why we feel the need to keep to ourselves, especially, is been there, done that, right? We've dealt with all the dark magic. We've dealt with all the psychic attack. We've dealt with all the put downs, the gaslighting. We dealt with people just telling us things that they felt like we wanted to hear. We've dealt with all of the nonsense, right? And we're finally pulling ourselves out of this darkness, right? And we're recovering. Some of us could have been dealing with an illness within the family, or maybe you guys had gotten sick. Maybe you missed some time for work, or maybe it just slowed some things down. That could also be, something that kind of throws a wrench into your plans. But everything is moving and happening in divine timing. Everything is starting to heal in many different realms in our lives. So we're healing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and especially financially. Maybe we gave so much of ourselves to certain people that definitely didn't deserve it, just to leave ourselves asked out when the time came, for us to be good, and taken care of. Now we're moving into this energy where we're moving past any conflicts. We're not getting sucked back in. If people are not helping themselves, we're not going to stick our necks out anymore to help. And I feel like somebody's trying to come in very quickly to salvage something. And this could be somebody, again, in the family, in the workplace, or just friendships, whoever is surrounding us. It could even be an earth sign individual here, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, where they are not willing to make the effort. They're very lazy. They want the most for doing the least. They don't care. They're very stagnant in life. They lead very boring lives. And that's the crazy part. Well, they have all of this negativity to spew about and to everyone around them. They themselves are doing nothing to pull themselves out of their own situation. So this could be a case of somebody always whining and crying, woe is me, about everything that they've gone through in life, their losses, what they're dealing with. But yet they go out and they hurt themselves. They put themselves in these positions, but then have the nerve to blame other people. And we're not having that. It's always these kind of people that say, well, if you would have did this, I wouldn't have did this, or if you would have did that, or wouldn't have done that. But that's trying to justify behavior that's unjustifiable. I realize now what I'm looking at as well is that all of these materialistic, shallow, superficial, simple-minded people that we've been hanging around, or that we've kind of just let chill in our presence, we're realizing that they're doing nothing but wreaking havoc energetically. And they're attracting certain things, or, having things happen in our lives that seem to cause us to remain stuck. But when we release these people and we stick to our guns and we maintain these boundaries that they always try to push past, that is where we start to find, our saving grace with this entire situation, especially concerning family. Some of us may be starting our own businesses because we feel like we are not able to achieve success or, manifest abundance and prosperity with the positions that we're currently holding. Some of us could have been holding on to certain job titles or certain jobs in general out of fear that we won't be able to find something better, but we will. See, the truth is coming. This is in the advice, right? Continue to speak your truth, stand your ground, regardless of how many people tell you that you're crazy or that, that those ideas would never come to fruition, or, always trying to be a naysayer. That's envy. The envy is real. They know where we're headed. They just don't want us to get there. So they'll do and say anything that they know themselves are outright lies. But it's time that we utilize this newfound sense of clarity that we've stepped into, this life-changing realizations and epiphanies that we've been having. Stand in our truth, speak our truth, and cut away anything that is no longer necessary. Because I really feel like a lot of people will try to buy our attention, buy our love, or maybe they'll just try to stick around because they know we're making money. Maybe they try to stick around because they know that we're headed in the right direction in life. We're about to do some big things, and this upcoming year will be a testament to that. Life-changing things are taking place right now, and I feel like everyone can feel it. And as usual, as we go through this spiritual warfare, let's see, we're going to run into a lot of hatred. Here we have the Three of Wands, so I feel like somebody's going to try and come through. Could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I also feel like there's a situation here where somebody may be pregnant here. Somebody's coming through when it comes to interviews, when it comes to, finding new work. For those of you that have decided that where you've been for years is no longer serving your higher purpose, now you're starting to find a multitude of opportunities that may flood in all at once. You may not have seen anything come in for a while, but now you're starting to see things come into the tangible realm. They may not yet fully be formed, but once they are, it will create that long-term financial stability that, you've been working your butt off for. With this Princess of Cups reversed, it says a lot because this is in the external factor. Somebody's going to blow up about something. This could be, during an upcoming trip. Or just some plans that you're working towards. Looking forward to moving in some way. Somebody's going to blow up, and it's going to force us, or it's going to force those that we've been dealing with to get the hell out of our lives once and for all. We're making that judgment call. Somebody is looking forward to something, but they're not expressing that. And the way that they're presenting themselves is very off-putting. There are a lot of insecurities with those around us currently. A lot of childish people. Some of us are focused on our children and trying to maintain financial stability here. And although things are moving slowly, they're moving slowly but surely. And that's what we need them to do, right? Let's see what we have here. So we have justice, and I absolutely love this. Some of us are dealing with legal issues for sure, and some of us may have an upcoming hearing or an upcoming, sentencing, something where it's now or never, and decisions are being made. Speaking up will help your case in whatever it is you're dealing. It doesn't necessarily have to be legal issues either. It's all about choosing between whether, it's something emotional or logical. You're staying balanced between the two. I mean, let's take a look. We need to maintain balance between these two. And some of us may be dealing with a lot of fear internally or projected fears from those around us. And we start to internalize some of these things that people project upon us, such as their insecurities, such as their fears, their doubts, and the list goes on. Even their paranoias, even their, whatever, their hang-ups. Around us. And when they see other people shine their light, they feel like it takes away from their own, when that's not how it works. We can all shine together. It's all about balance and knowing when to let other people shine. Whenever, knowing deep down that everybody gets their turn, and nothing lasts forever. Six of Pentacles coming out and the outcome. And we're going to clarify these just to, dig a little bit deeper. I'm curious myself. This alone, though, speaks volumes. I feel like we'll be finding multiple opportunities, establishing multiple streams of income where we're able to get what we need to move forward. Whether that's moving to a new home, finding a better job, better relationships. The more we keep to ourselves and focus on self-care and focus on where we're moving forward in life, what we need to do to continue along that path without ever being thrown off course, we will see things start to manifest in massive ways, especially moving into the year 2020. Everybody that left us hanging, we're not even worried about it anymore because we're finding people that are taking care of us, as we have them, This says it all, though. We see the truth. You know the truth. Regardless of whether people try to gaslight you or try to wear you down or try to deter you from your path, convince you that what you believe in or strive isn't worth it, move past that, because these people are doing that for their own agenda. Show me the Empress. So we have two cards here. So I love, love, love these cards that came out. So we have the Wheel and the Six of Swords. I ain't got no time for your crusty ass. Here we go. We've already moved forward. This is our rite of passage. We're moving from one part of our lives to a completely new one. Some of us are moving to a different country, or maybe we're just traveling. Maybe we're seeing the world. Some of us are really getting prepared to make that move, and we will be able to manifest all that we desire. Because the karmic cycle is now shifting in our favor. Good fortune is now coming into our lives. Making the decision to move on from certain relationships that only bring out the stress in us, that tells the universe that we are choosing ourselves. We are not okay with putting other people before us. We realize that the only people we need to be investing in are those that are investing in us as well. And hey, you guys, I'm sorry I haven't been saying anything. I've been in the zone with this reading, but I do see you. And it's nice to have you all. The World reversed. Yeah, there could be a situation where somebody may have been waiting for us to make plans with them, or maybe waiting for us to come through, or Maybe they're trying to plan to come through to see us even, because I've been seeing a lot of people coming back. Some of us may be dealing with people where they're trying to get closure in some way, or maybe there's something that's just left hanging in some way, left up in the air. Plans are canceled, you know, without another word, without uttering anything. And I feel like that has a lot to do with the fact that if we talk to certain people or explain ourselves to certain people, it's not going to matter, because these people are always going to try and use those tactics such as weaponized miscommunication, gaslighting, deflection, projection, and so on. Some of us dealing with an air sign, it could be an Aquarius, you know. We already said Cancer. I see Scorpio and Pisces coming in here as well. Taurus, Leo. All of these scenarios where we're having to decide who to let go of. And all these signs I've mentioned could be some of these people that the energies are referring to specifically. We're done dealing with this. Anybody that's trying to take our kindness for weakness in any way, I feel like we're going to show them that they've underestimated us too many times. And now somebody has to face the music for sure. Show me the Prince of Swords. All right, so we have 3 cards coming out. So interesting how we already brought up Taurus. We have the Hierophant coming in, the King of Cups, more watery energy coming in. I see the 2 of Swords. Definitely awaiting a decision when it comes to legal matters. If we're talking to lawyers, we're getting all of our information and evidence together, trying to, you know, collaborate and figure out what we need to do. There seems to be a lot of opposition that we're running into. Maybe somebody's family could be really religious, and, you know, maybe they have someone here that's really, they're a drunk, you know, or maybe they're just really conservative, and there's somebody that's just, they're not like their family at all. Definitely dealing with alcoholics and drug users, emotional abusers for sure. And now we're turning these people down once and for all. I just keep seeing that. We're keeping to ourselves. We're blocking ourselves off emotionally. We don't want to get involved in that way, especially not now. They're not a very nice person, or they're people at all. They're miserable. We're just trying to learn and grow and you know, remain pure. I see Sagittarius energy coming out with that Temperance reverse. Somebody's blowing up for real. Like somebody's losing their temper for real. And it could be while they're getting drunk or something. Something's happening here where a breakup may occur after either catching somebody cheating or just finally accepting the fact that you're not happy in a relationship. There's a situation here where somebody's blowing up, they're losing their temper, they're not balanced, you know, they're just going around, and Everything is just all over the place with this person. They're not balanced. They like to feel good in the moment. But when it comes to long-term happiness, commitment, they're incapable of doing that. Somebody's pissed because this is the third time that she's come up. Queen of Swords reversed. And some of us are just downright done, just cold. We're done. We don't feel anything because of all of the BS that's been pulled, all of the lies, the game playing, the manipulation, the things said while drunk, and all these other things. It's just too much. Somebody knows that they're a liar. Somebody knows that they're leading the other person astray. And they're not concerned. There's definitely a situation where family references I see are a major factor for a lot of us. Guys, be wary, because these three cards that just fell out here is the Six of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. So whatever you're doing to strive forward creatively, whatever you're doing to make progress in your life, if you're going out looking for work, if you're staying quiet about your plans and you're achieving each and every single one without distraction, because you're not telling everybody anything so they don't know how to hit you or where they should come from because they don't know where you're going, keep that up, because everybody's going to see that we're getting a lot of attention here. There's going to be a lot of growth in our lives. We're starting to see success. We are triumphing over our enemies. Any lies, any deception, any betrayal, anything where we have been caused a lot of grief by someone who was intentionally doing these things, trying to manipulate your emotions, make their relationships or their lives appear one way when really it's not at all what they're portraying, all because they see that we are moving up here. The envy is real. Everybody is looking at us being recognized for our gifts. What we are striving for will be achieved, and it is being achieved. And everybody can see that, while people have been going around behind our back. So here they see us moving up, moving onward and upward, glowing up, keep going up 2K19, all the way to keep going up 2K20. And so on and so forth, right? And then you hear, here you have somebody in the background trying to take what it is that we have, trying to take a little bit of who we are, trying to steal ideas, trying to steal our resources, our money, trying to take what we have, trying to lie to us, cheat. All of these different things here. They see that our attitude is now different towards them. We may have been interested and, hopeful, and, maybe we were interacting a lot more with certain people. And now it's at a complete stop. We know somebody's in a relationship and they could be unhappy, trying to come to us, trying to sneak into what we have going on. But we're not letting them in. The Ace of Wands. Guys, keep moving in silence and watch who tries to talk to you. Keep focusing on that creative spark. If you've been feeling bogged down lately, the more you keep to yourself, the more you realize that this new beginning that's on its way to us is going to be a million times better than anything that we've ever gone through in our lives thus far, up until this point. And I will say this with this Ace of Wands. Our energy reserves will be replenished as long as we continue to get rest, as long as we continue to stay away from people that create a lot of opposition. If they like to argue, try to wear you down through arguments, or just maybe they're initiating arguments where there's no need for it, and you're not understanding why they feel the need to do these things, but it's because the envy is real. Anything to make you unhappy, because they see that you're doing very well for yourself, you're moving forward, and you're not letting anybody or anything stop you as we may have before. Now, in Chalice's reverse, there's a lot of drinking going on, or a lot of codependency going on here. Somebody needs to be mothered. And it's a turn off for some of us dealing with that in the dating field, you know. I really feel like somebody's not happy. Things are not turning out the way that they hoped they would. They thought that maybe they would get a chance to come back. They would get a chance to get a piece of the pie. It's not happening that way. Somebody's shedding a lot of tears. Okay, so here we have the Death card. Just came out and flipped on its own. Here we are. Scorpio energy coming out again. Somebody's going to make the final decision to end something. And I feel like that's us. We've already decided that enough is enough. We choose ourselves. And some of us may not even decide to explain that to people. We'll just cut them off. We don't need to put our 2 weeks notice in. We'll just leave it alone. You know, some of us are receiving communication about something not moving forward when it comes to a job. But then we end up finding something where it's a lot better for us in the long run than anything that we may have been striving for or hoping for. Here we have the Queen of Wands, and I love seeing her here. Maintain this confidence. Continue to shine your light, because the envy is real. This could be a situation where we may have made mistakes in the past. We may have, done some things that other people are still upset about. Maybe even things that we didn't intend to be hurtful, but they're still upset about them. And now we're not that same person that they can go and talk massive amounts of shit about. And it's a lot harder for them to go behind our backs to say all of these deprecating things when the proof is in the pudding. And everybody is recognizing what we've been doing with ourselves, minding our own business. I really feel like, I feel like this Prince of Wands reverse, it's interesting how this is wanting to come out. And I see that King of Pentacles too. So good things on the horizon when it comes to finances. Things are looking up. They may be looking bleak at the moment, or looking like they're at a standstill at the moment, but that is just Mercury retrograde's energies tapering off. And now more than ever, as we move past Mercury finally going direct, and then we move into the Sun in Sagittarius on Friday, I feel like weeks following this upcoming Friday, we will start to see things change in a massive way, and in a positive way. We're shifting our mindset to be a lot more positive, to be aligned with success. the more we continue to stand in this leadership role and be proud of the fact that we are, in fact, leaders, our confidence can be reinforced, strengthened. We may have found out at a loss for so long that we may have grown so used to feeling that when these transformative energies then all of a sudden enter our lives, it's like we have to learn how to handle it, because from endings come new beginnings. From death births new life. And we have to take responsibility in what we want to give life to and what must come to an end once and for all, no matter how hurtful or painful it may be, because this is what we are. The envy is real. We don't need to fear the unknown, because we have the ability to achieve any and everything we put our minds to, regardless of the obstacles, regardless of the naysayers, and regardless of those that are envious. Show me the Fool reversed. Okay, all right. So we have the Lovers. Yeah, we definitely are awaiting a decision here. I feel like we're going to get communication explaining that we are getting our justice in some way. So this could be in the legal system specifically. Here's the verdict. You're winning this court, this court battle, or this, here's the court proceedings. You win your settlement, or you are, you're sentenced to pay the defendant. You have to pay child support. You this, you that. You have to pay alimony. Whatever the case may be, where justice needs to be served once and for all, it's happening. It's just moving at its own pace. And we're going to get communication eventually, especially from a workplace here, where some of us may not have been expecting to get communication about this. And I do see new work coming in as well, new opportunities as a whole, especially for those of us that are, starting a small business here. We're going to be able to establish connections with people here that could help us, maybe find investors or find people that could help us create our vision a lot quicker, give us the funding that we need, things like that. Hey, Sheba. Hey, you guys. Yeah, you guys, they out here narking. If y'all missed that collective, go check it out, because here we have it. Okay. The King of Wands reversed. Be wary of any managers or anybody running your company, any team leads that are abusive. They like to throw their power around. They like to micromanage. They throw their employees under the bus. They blame shift. Maybe they're sleeping with employees, doing things that they don't need to be doing, fraternizing with the employees, calling people in on their off days, taking advantage of people that need the money, paying people less than what they could be paying them, not valuing their employees, not valuing the policies and functionings of business. I see mother and father references, where some of us could have definitely dealt with an alcoholic father here who was a womanizer. Some of us could be dealing with the father of our children who is an alcoholic and a womanizer. Some of us could be dealing with bosses that are alcoholics and a womanizer, But here we have this Princess of Swords coming in. And we're exchanging ideas with other people who may have gone through the same sorts of energy here. Maybe we're dealing with divorcing somebody that just likes to sleep around. They've never been committed to anybody, but yet they'll have you believe that all of their exes were crazy and they're always the victim, and all these different things that they know are not true. Everything that they say that everybody else has done to them are the very things that they go around doing to everybody else. And we know it. Always in the ego. They like to have their ego stroked. So they'll just talk to you just for an ego stroke. They'll just try and get a numbers game. They'll probably try and message about 15, 20 women plus women or men. It can go vice versa, just to try and see who will bite, but without the real intention of wanting to establish something real, as they may have led one to believe. News is coming. It's on its way, you guys. And you will start getting noticed. Good news is definitely on the way, you guys. And while you're getting noticed, you could be getting noticed by people that maybe you thought weren't interested in you. Now you're starting to see that these people are expressing interest. They want to take you out. They think that you're sexy. They think that you're smart. They think that, you're valuable, you're worthy. All of these things here that we're getting recognized for. All because we've decided to focus on self-care and to invest in ourselves, invest in our vision, rather than all of these different people, places, and things that do nothing but bring negativity into our lives, right? Let's see this Ace of Swords. This is crazy. Okay. Interesting. So this is my process. When I see cards do things like this, usually they'll call out to me. And right now, you guys may be dealing with a jealous mother. Your mom's jealous of you, or there's a jealous third party. It could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or just a mother here that just didn't ever really give a damn about your interest, didn't give a damn about what you were doing in your life. They never supported you. They never, gassed you up when they should have been gassing you up. They never protected you. They were jealous. They're envious. The envy is real. Be wary of people like this. There could be a situation where some of us are just now discovering that both of our parents are very envious. We're discovering that a lot of people that we may have dated, or friendships even, there are a lot of jealous people. And it comes out in adverse ways. They'll try to convince you not to keep striving towards what it is you're striving for, because the envy is real. Look, there's going to be a lot of lost friendships over jealousy. Somebody is definitely insecure. Don't let anybody make you feel less than, because I feel like that's what this kind of woman does, or this kind of person does. They'll undercut you with anything and everything. They'll try to convince you that you're crazy, that you're incapable, that you're unattractive, that you're slutty, that you're this, that you're that. I could see somebody's mom saying, oh, you're fat, always talking about your weight, always talking about the way you dressed, always talking about, this and that. But yet they've been divorced 5 times and got multiple kids from multiple baby daddies and all these different things that they got the nerve to talk about you. Then there could be a situation where somebody already had kids with somebody and they chose a third party over you, and now this situation is getting thick with them, where they're now dealing with a divorce for real, and now they're going to try and come back, or they're trying to find some way to get their foot back in the door, or to apologize, or whatever the case may be, because whatever they're going through didn't work out as planned. See, they had the game fucked up. That's basically what happened, right? The truth, you may need to talk to me, honey, because I do reversal spells and protection spells. You can even check out the reversal spell chant It should say it somewhere in the title with some of my old streams. You're more than welcome to go check that out. It's helped multiple people. Maybe that could help you if you really do feel that way. Because here we have the Star. And this is all about balancing yourself. This is all about finding inner peace, outer peace. If people are only bringing out the stress in you, it's time to say next. Because here, this says a lot. Some of us need to be focusing on spiritual baths. I also do those kits as well, forgetting to mention that whenever I mention spiritual baths. But I do offer spiritual bath kits. You guys can contact me. Info is always in the description box below, and I'd be happy to help you with that. Focus on healing, because that could be one way that you can heal your auric field. You can heal yourself spiritually. Focus on ways to clear your mind, meditate more, and balance your emotions by keeping to yourself and staying away from these jealous people. If you guys do in fact have a mother that always tries to compete with you, you need to get rid of it. You can't have that around you while you're getting all this success and while you're waiting for this decision for things to move forward and work out in your favor. You can't have all these people trying to tear you down and chipping away at your confidence. Because there will be an immense amount of positive change is working its way into our lives, and prosperity is in on its way. Abundance is in on its way. Wealth, health, stability. This is what's coming your way. So all this that's going on is just a mere distraction to keep your eyes off of the prize. But the prize is going to outweigh the lies, right? We're healing. Three of Swords reversed. I love how the Three of Swords reversed and the Star came out. Focus on healing. Focus on your own stability, because you can't help those that don't want to help themselves. And we all know that if we're enabling somebody, we're not helping them. So sometimes we have to be cruel to be kind in those kinds of cases. Let's see this Princess of Cups reversed. All right, Blessed Abigail, I see you. And my pleasure, the truth. I'm always happy to do these readings, you guys. Let's see. So we have two cards coming out. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed and the Four of Swords reversed. So somebody's not getting enough rest. They're restless. You know, I feel like somebody's dropping the ball. King of Wands reversed. Look at this. Somebody's not taking care of their responsibilities. They're not in their children's lives. They're not doing what they need to do for their children. There could be a situation where a workplace isn't very organized. And so they may have told you one thing, but then come to find out now things are in fact working in your favor. There's also a situation here where is definitely blocked because the relationship has been imbalanced for a very long time. There's a lot of chaos within the home and the family especially. Somebody's not managing their time wisely. And they're doing it to themselves. Look, King of Wands. I want to see this Three of Wands because this is just, no. Somebody's getting ready to make a choice to move on, like to move out. Somebody may have been living with somebody they were in a relationship with, and now they moved out without planning it. We have two more cards coming out. So we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Chalices. So here we have an interesting pair where if a third party situation was involved, then it definitely had something to do with these signs. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, because now we have two court cards with the cup suit. We're focused on nurturing ourselves. When this reverses, there could be an issue where things are just imbalanced. Somebody maybe miscounted how many employees they needed. Maybe they chose a water sign over an earth sign. It could be a situation where somebody's imbalanced financially while they're waiting for something to come in. And intuitively, we know that something's taking place around us that we just can't see. We're seeing through people. We're empaths. We're in tune. We're trying to regain balance when it comes to getting organized, when it comes to, finding that financial stability. Somebody definitely could be pregnant or finding out that they're pregnant. And I also see that, again, when it comes to news about, new jobs, finding, ways to make money, new work, I do see these things coming to fruition. We're going to get a message. Somebody knows that they're being used to make someone else jealous. That just came through. Show me the justice. And that's why the relationship has been imbalanced. Somebody was just being used to make the other person jealous. It worked. Now they're moving on, wreaking havoc in everybody's lives, trying to pit people against each other. Let's see. King of Wands reverse, as I said, pitting people against each other. Whoever we're dealing with that is a narcopath, psychopath, sociopath, cluster B personality disordered individual, somebody that's been abusive, somebody that has been manipulative, controlling, arrogant, prideful. All of these people are going to get their justice, and it's going to happen swiftly. Anybody that owes us anything, we're going to get back what we owe, what we're owed. I also feel like the Nine of Swords reversed, all these people that have been telling us things that they felt like we wanted to hear, that's now coming out. We're able to see through that. We know that there are a lot of liars here, pathological liars. We know that a lot of people surrounding us are very insecure and childish. Somebody's going to end up blowing up because they can't seem to get to somebody anymore the way that they used to. That's what I'm feeling. Somebody's going to end up making a decision that ends up working out for them in many different ways in the end. Show me the Six of Pentacles and we'll wrap this up. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So this wants to come out. This wants to come out. And these two flew out. So we have the Sun, Seven of Pentacles reversed, and the Two of Chalices and the Prince of Pentacles reversed. See? Now, this is clarifying the outcome. It's a very mixed bag, you guys. I feel like there will be a decision here. Some of us may be getting word about temporary work, or maybe we're hearing about seasonal work, around the holidays, and then it turns into a more permanent position. There could be a situation where there's a lack of healing within a family situation because everybody is still stuck in their own, their old ways. They're stuck in the past and they're not looking to make any changes. They're lazy. They're not willing to make a commitment to not even themselves. And they're bored with life. And it's because they themselves are not doing anything to spruce up or spice up their life. They don't have anything to be happy about. They're just not making a move. And because of that, we're not investing in this anymore. Some of us may be dealing with a situation where we've already discovered many different situations and even financial situations where we've been investing in the wrong things. And we're liberating ourselves from this. And in doing so, in liberating ourselves, setting ourselves free from consistently giving and getting nothing back, we started giving to ourselves. We completed these cycles once and for all. We're we're establishing boundaries and we're focusing on the future. And we're not looking too far into the future now, but we're looking at where we are and what we need to do to get to where we want to go. And we realize that we have to change our attitude. We have to change where we're investing our money, where we're investing our energy, where we're investing our time in order for us to come out on top, which is where we're headed anyway. We're going to find happiness. And there's going to be news that comes in, especially with new work, new homes, new opportunities in general. Maybe we could be reaching out to new people, maybe going out to events, or just finding new ways to network and find a multitude of opportunities that will give us the fulfillment that we're looking for. There's definitely someone here, it could be a Cancer or a Pisces here, that's very deceptive. And they tried to trick us into getting involved with them. And now they're not expressing how they really feel about what's really going on, even though I feel like they're aware that we know. And I think that they know that we know that they know. And so we've reclaimed our power from this. We're not feeding into temptation. We're not going back to different vices that only serve, to supply us with instant gratification. And then, when the feeling is gone, we're ending up feeling lonely and empty, emptier than we were to begin with. So now we're even choosing ourselves with certain relationships. We're not going to involve ourselves with being the third party. We're not going to mess with married people. And there could be a lot of married people who have just got married, and now they're realizing that who they're married to may not be who they really want to be married to, or they're dealing with the fact that they're married, and again, they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. Maybe they're talking about, oh, well, since they're pregnant, we can't really do sexual activities, so I'm not really happy, but I don't want to leave her because I don't want to lose the kids, but I do still want to be with you. Or maybe they're just not divulging any information. They're hiding their relationship status on their social media page, and they think that we don't know what's going on, but we know what's going on, and we're looking into things. Maybe we're doing our research, maybe we are vetting people properly more so lately, and we're releasing ourselves from karmic situations. We're releasing ourselves from any energy that seems to bring us this dark vibe. And thank you so much for the 10, I believe it's 10 pounds. Thank you so much, The Truth. I really do appreciate that. And, back to this right here, where we're reclaiming our power, releasing ourselves from karmic relationships. It could be a Capricorn or a Cancer or Pisces here that we're releasing ourselves from, that only serve to bring more toxicity into our lives. And a lot of us are dealing with pathological liars, right? So that's even worse. They convince themselves that their lie is true, even though they know their lie is not true. And subconsciously, we are picking up what they're putting down. And the more we continue to decide to put that shit back and focus on ourselves, that's where we start to see success. But keeping ourselves immersed in this energy is only going to delay things further. It's only going to create more blockages. Some of us are dealing with a fire sign, even Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, who's all about sex. They don't want commitment. They're dealing with everybody. They may even be the person that has STDs. I'm sorry to say that, but be careful out there, because this person will come back to their exes. They'll go to new people. They're not wrapping it up. They're very impulsive. They have a lot of frustrations in life. They're hot-headed. They're angry. They keep trying to come back. All of these situations where we're dealing with people like this, especially people that aren't taking us seriously, they're just looking for a booty call. They're not willing to, establish anything of value. We end up walking away from this because we realize that they're not going to change. Thank you very much, The Truth. It's my pleasure, girl. I just feel like now more than ever, we're realizing that people who aren't maturing, people that are not going to change, we need to let them be with their own devices. No more getting involved with talking to them anymore, It's just time to walk away. There seems to be a lot of sadness with someone here. Somebody just feels like they have no direction in life. They're just wandering aimlessly, using sex and alcohol, drugs, always being around people to fill a void, using money, using things, flashy cars, nice outfits. All of these things are to fill a void, but they really don't have any faith. They feel like they ruin their own lives, and so they go around ruining everybody else's lives. But somebody's going to be left real confused when they realize that, we may have gone from really interested to completely out. We're not interested anymore because we see that we're investing in nothing. And now we're getting in touch with taking action. Some of us are getting word from schools here, new jobs for sure, starting training. Some of us could be going to master classes, paying for classes, going back to school to add to our skill set. Some of us may be volunteering, doing internships, different things like that. To be a lot of fuck boys and fuck girls. And the reason why I say that is because if you are been trying to date people, we realize the games really quickly because we've dealt with it for so long. And that's why we're not even explaining ourselves to certain people. We're just being silent. And it's leaving people wondering, well, what the hell's going on? Is it working? Is it not? Am I able to hoover? Is this the right time? Or is she buying her? Is she not? Or is he, whatever. Continue to stay silent. Because the devil is a lie. They're not to be trusted, and rejection is God's protection. So if you did end up getting rejected, or if you have to reject somebody, just keep in mind that rejection is God's protection. Okay, because doing this, you could be receiving a message from a fire sign and they're trying to get you to step back into the storm. They're real egotistical, they just, I'm telling you, it could be a Sagittarius specifically who's like that. They're trying to reach out. Maybe they're realizing that they can't reach out. Maybe they're realizing that they're blocked or something. Somebody's going to be pissed off. Nine of Wands reversed. Somebody has a lot of walls up. It could be a fire sign who's like this as well. They have a lot of walls up. They're real defensive for no reason at all, right? We're just trying to have a conversation. This person's always trying to start some shit. There's a lot of opposition that we're running into. Keep the faith in yourself. Keep the faith in God. Keep faith in the angels that the universe is watching out for us. And it's all about divine timing. So even though things may look bleak or may look like they're at a standstill, keep waiting and keep putting in that effort that you have been, and something will give. But all this extra stuff, we're no longer defeated. We're accepting things as they are. We're moving on. We know that there are a lot of people that may be married, but they're still cheating on their spouse. That's probably why they're going back to exes or going back to, wives that they said that they divorced, but then come to find out they're married still. They still got the kids, the house, and all that extra stuff, but yet they're still going out and cheating. They're probably still with that person because they're able to cheat. They're able to do, they're not required to commit. They're not, they're all settling. But I know one thing, we're going to end up celebrating a lot when it comes to work, when it comes to home, when it comes to our creativity, when it comes to our successes. Keep going. Because this, look at this. We'll find healthier friendships. We'll be able to celebrate all of our successes with those that are willing to celebrate with us. rather than try to tear us down and spew their negativity and jealousy and doubts. Continue to heal. There are a lot of people around you that are gaslighting you, that are trying to make you think that you're the problem or trying to hide facts. They're telling you half truths. There are a lot of people here, especially in the dating pool. They're throwing up smoke and mirrors. So whatever it is that they're doing to you, they're going to say that you're doing these things to them and play victim. They are not who they say they are. They're not real. They don't have your best interests at heart. There are a lot of people around us like this. Continue to keep to yourself. Because it's a small world. And eventually we will see all those people that had it all figured out, trying to tear us down, trying to build themselves up by tearing us down. They're going to find out real quick that it was all futile. So there you have it, you guys. That is the reading that I have. Guys, let me know in the chat. You know, I see a lot of you guys took a lot from this reading. It resonated for the majority of you. And I will say on my own behalf, you guys, these mother and father references, be very careful with your parents as well. If they haven't been celebrating you, if they're just trying to drain you, or if they just choose not to understand your path, and if they just choose not to love you regardless of whether they understand, you know, then that's conditional love, and that's not what we need. And I've been noticing a lot of people lately have been trying to tear me down and stop me from doing what I'm doing on this channel. You know, a lot of people trying to make it seem like what I'm doing is not worth anything, that what I'm doing is a waste of time. And that couldn't be further from the truth, because not only am I able to help those of you out there, you know, that may be going through some of the same things that, you know, maybe I've been through, or, you know, all of us have been through collectively, but I'm able to help myself heal. And as we help each other heal, you know, then we're able to move forward in a way. Like we have more purpose, more direction. And a lot of these people are trying to get us to act out of character. They want to frustrate us because they themselves are envious. There's a difference between jealousy and envy. Jealousy is being jealous of what you have and wishing they had it. Envy is being jealous of what you have and wishing they had it, but they also don't want you to have it, and they'll do anything in their power, such as harming you physically, stealing from you, breaking down your confidence, so on and so forth, just to try to destroy what it is you've worked so hard to build. That is their only goal. They will try to chip away at your confidence of who you are and all of these different things. Let's see. Thank you. You know, you keep me from acting out. Well, good, Tiva. You look, don't give them the satisfaction. Okay? Because they don't deserve any more of our time and energy than they've already gotten, right? Wait, Divine Reality says, please don't stop. What do you mean, please don't stop? Okay, does somebody want a reading? I don't know. I already did the collective, y'all. Karma Vibes says, resonates every time. Abundance blockers are in full low down devil energy. Yes, but you saw earlier that devil reverse, we're claiming our power. We are reclaiming our power, and we are releasing ourselves from that karmic energy. So they think that they've won, but just like Linkin Park, you think you've won, but then it's God. Wait, Lotus, forget them. Shiva, they're already forgotten, girl. Our self-worth needs to be number one. That's our test. Stand strong. Exactly. Well put. You are valuable. Thank you, Renee. Lotus Squad is valuable, girl. Shiva says, girl, what you talking about? Divine Reality says, women like me need you, girl. Oh, what do you mean by women like you? Gifted. Your divine insights are bathing us with foresight and protection. Look, and that's what I'm here for. That is the whole purpose behind LotusTV 444. Let's say it again. Lotus Squad. Welcome back to LotusTV 444, where the soul always continues to rise above that BS. We will continue to spiritually heal. We will continue to boss up. We will continue to keep glowing up 2K19 all the way to keep glowing up 2K20. Okay? I'm sick of this. 444 up in here. That's right. Device says you real us out here. Well, thank you, girl. Shit. I know. Okay. Look, that's probably why a lot of these people in these YouTube streets have been doing some of the silly things that they've been doing. But that's all right, though. We're going to continue to glow up. We already got upgraded equipment here finally, where we can really start to skyrocket. Hopefully that can add quality to not only these readings, but this channel as a whole, right? I'm ready. And I feel like it's weird. Like on some level, I feel like some of the opportunities that I wasn't able to take advantage of recently, I felt deterred a little bit. But now on some level, I feel like something's got to give. And I feel this positive energy coming in, but I also feel a lot of conflicting energies as well. So these could be subliminals that we're picking up on. We could be getting telepathic messages from people that we are still spiritually tied to, soul ties. Guys, pray for breaking these soul ties. Focus on spiritual baths to remove these soul ties. Meditate on severing these soul ties. Throw away, remove anything and everything that triggers you into reestablishing these connections, and watch how your life changes, especially when it comes to family relationships, friendships. It goes outside of just romantic love, you guys. This is spiritual warfare, and the spirits will in fact use our weaknesses against us and even our strengths. And they will use the people closest to us. So we have to use discernment. We must remain vigilant, be careful, because envy is one of the 7 deadly sins, and it can lead to fatality if we're not careful. And that was something that kind of came to mind with the last story I told you guys about, the whole human trafficking vibe that I got from this one person. But going back to some of the opportunities I wasn't able to take advantage of, I just feel like, well, damn, this would really kind of help me invest more into this channel, into this vision. And then I'd be able to move onward and upward in my life in general, find a new place to live, find new ways to express myself and to create that financial stability for myself. And some of the opportunities that I wasn't able to take advantage of due to rejection, it just kind of deterred me a little bit, made me feel like, damn, well, what am I going to do? But what we need to continue to do is to focus on solutions rather than focusing on problems. And that's the good thing about all of this, right? James says, we can't bring this into the new year. We have already let go of this before last year's holidays. Exactly, James. And sometimes it's not necessarily us that the energies are picking up on. Keep in mind, it's for the collective. So everything that I pick up on is not just us in the room. It's for everybody. So it could refer to some people that we've already done away with, where we're picking up on what's going on with them. And energetically, that could explain some of the happenstances, especially if we're still soul tied to these people. It could explain some of the happenstances that may be occurring. Karma Vibe says, break, cut, remove all ties so we can fly. Exactly. So there you have it, you guys. I will be live again on Friday. I have a lot cooking up for this channel. I need to fix my lash, girl. I have a lot cooking up for this channel, and stay strong, you guys. I really feel like more than ever, the more light that's entering into our lives, the more focused we need to be on who we have in our lives. When we get that money, when we get these opportunities, we really don't need certain people coming in and wreaking havoc, so to speak. Oh, the truth. Now I would read that out loud, but I don't want to start no mess, but I really do appreciate that, girl. That's so funny, girl. And I really do appreciate that. You guys, you know what? And once again, I almost forgot to say this. Once again, thank you guys so much for your shares. Thank you so much for your likes, your comments. I love seeing you guys up in the chat. I always have fun with you guys, and I feel like it really does help us move past some of these heavy energies we may be going through. So thank you guys so much for that. Thank you for those of you that book private readings with me, the donators. I see y'all out here, and I really do appreciate that. I really do feel like the vision for Lotus Squad will be amazing. I still want to do this whole party bus thing with you guys, and so I really do feel like good things are coming for all of us. We just need to be more patient, but things are going to work out in our favor, regardless of whether it looks like the narcs are winning or not, because that's how it always goes. You know, on the surface, everything looks like, damn, you know, shit's not working out, and this and that is going on, and so is it seems like everything's all good, and why is everything, you know, don't worry about any of that, because at the end of the day, the universe always keeps receipts, and I know damn well we will all get what we deserve. And so if we've been working hard and focusing on, you know, healing ourselves, focusing on success and stability, that is what we will get. We just can't let these people steal, kill, and destroy what it is that we're working towards. Thank you very much for the love and light, Divine. Love and light to you all as well. Love your reads. Thank you very much, Renee. I'm glad you guys enjoy them. And you know, I'm very hopeful you guys maintain the faith. You guys have what it takes. You guys have what it takes. Don't even worry what anybody else has to say. But other than that, you guys, mwah, 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 mwah. Until next time, y'all stay blessed, not stressed. Of course, I'll be back on Friday, so stay tuned. I should be on around the same time. But until next time, you guys, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love. Wait, hold up.